Hey, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Back with another video for you guys. 2002 Nissan Altima SE, getting ready to do a radio installation, so let's get to it. All right, so you're gonna need some pry tools of some kind to pry this out, but let's see if we can use our hands to pull out this area here. It has some snaps on it. Let's see if we can grip it. There we go. Might be blocking the camera, so let me move. Pop this side. And then pop this side. There we go. All right, now we got this out. All right, so our window defogger, we're gonna flip this around and disconnect it. All right, has a connector right here. We're gonna push it in and we're gonna slide it out. Might have to wiggle it. It's been in there for a while. There we go. Yeah, they can be stiff sometimes. Okay, from there, we're gonna need a screwdriver. We're gonna have to take out this with a Phillips, and I don't have one with me at the moment, so let's get that up out of there real quick. And this should be able to pop forward. This is already cracked like that, so let me get Phillips. Alright, so we got our Phillips. I thought this was a 7mm Phillips adapted type of head. Some of them 7mm with the 7mm with the cut right here. We're gonna set that down there out the way. Alright, so this Phillips, I'll set this to the side and we should be able to start popping this guy forward. Double check. Alright, so this little clip here, got a little clip here. Alright, so we're gonna have to pop up from the side a little bit. Oh, let me take this pry tool here, go behind, and I'm gonna pull this at the same time. There we go. Alright, got that up. Let's give it some wiggles. Alright, so we cracked here, and I'm gonna have to pull this in order to get this forward. So let's try to do it gently. Let's go with the other one. And don't put anything around your shifter. Sometimes you'll shift, you might have some bungees or some rubber bands or a plastic bag that'll get stuck down in here, and you will be having a whole nother issue. So just wanted to say that. There we go. Thought I was gonna need this, but I didn't. But it was able to pop forward without breaking. And it's already broke, so I'm gonna try to help him out and try to do something about this for him. All right, so let's move this to the side over here for now. All right, so now, yeah, somebody's been in here before. Yeah, somebody's definitely been in here before, missing some stuff. Yep, missing quite a bit. All right, let's just sit it out the way for now. All right, back to our Phillips. We have 4 of those, should be 4. And it might not be. Let's remove these 4 here and get these out. And scan around as well. And put my magnet light somewhere. Okay, just checking around. This is bracketed in up here. So we're gonna take those out. This looks like it's just there. And it looks like we take these out right here. All right, so let's do that. I'm just feeling around. It's my first time messing with this specific vehicle, but it's always good to scan around before you start unscrewing stuff. All right. One more thing I'm gonna get is a magnet. This used to be magnetic tipped, but yeah, it's been through the mud. All right, so we're back. Let's get the magnet. Let's get all these out. He's not quite ready. Let's make sure it don't fall. It should be ready. Yeah, it should be ready. There we go. All right, that's 2 out the way. Let's come come down here, remove this guy. They're gonna be a little stiff. I started to use my other one. Oh, that one fell on the ground for us. Hopefully this one don't do that. Hopefully my head's not in the way. And just take your time, you're gonna still get it out. That was a little stiff, there we go. So if we catch that one. Yeah, these magnets come in handy. Alright, got all those out. And this should be able to come straight forward. There we go. Alright. Alright, a little piece of plastic or something is in there. Alright, so let's flip this up and over like this. So we can start disconnecting stuff. Whichever way is the best to see your clips and stuff. Alright, so we're gonna push in and pull out. That's number one here. Hopefully I can get it. If not, I'm gonna have to use this. There we go. That's one. Hopefully I'm not blocking the cam. 2 and 3. I'm just pushing in and pulling out. Tab and pull him out. Come on, baby. There we go. All right, got your antenna over here. We're gonna pull that out. All right, so now we have removed this stereo. This one was pretty hit. It's got something inside of it, sound like some change or something. Somebody's kid probably had to put some change in here or something. But all right, so we got that up and out of here. But yeah, all you need is Phillips. That's great. All right, so we got that up and out of here. Let's see what we're going to go with. And I shall return here in a minute with all the harnesses and stuff. We're gonna make sure those are correct. Be right back. All right, so before we go over to the bench, I'm gonna show the parts number and the parts that come with this, and show this on camera while I'm out here before we go to the bench and start the wiring process. So this is the parts number. Hopefully this shows up on camera pretty good. Nissan Altima 2002 through 2004, and then this is the parts number here, Metra. All right, so we have this here. And the parts number is 99-7418. All right, so you have that. Comes with this piece here, and it comes with the bottom piece. If you weren't installing a large face for the double den, you're just doing a single den. It comes with a bend that goes underneath. We're not using that. And you also have your clamps and your sides and stuff, everything that comes in there. So you have these guys here. Okay, find the other one. If not, I must have left it over there on the bench, and if so, that's cool. But anyway, these are going to go in like this. Okay, you're not going to use your old one. It's going to go in here like this while you got the radio. I think it just sits in. So we're going to mount these in on the side of the radio. But you got these here, and it comes with the screws and everything, and you're gonna have one on this side. And just wanted to show this part on camera now. Definitely, I hope yours doesn't look like this, but I'm gonna do something to kind of hold this together, because it's, you know, about ready to fall apart. So, but just wanted to show this. It says this goes upside down. It clips in at the bottom down here. You're gonna pre-install this before you put that in. So let's do that. We got a clip over here and one over here. Push it in until it snaps. Okay. All right, so now that we got that in, that's what it's gonna look like on the front. Let me flip it around without breaking this thing. And that's what it's gonna look like on the front. Okay, so we're gonna leave this alone for now. I gotta do something with this, and we're gonna go over to the bench, and I'm gonna start setting up the harness with the stereo. Okay, I didn't specifically choose this radio. This was the customer's choice. And I don't recommend these radios, but put in what people want. So that's what it do. All right, got that. Let me find my other one. This is the wire harness as well. It says 1995 and up. Parts number, same thing, Metra 70-7550. And this is the parts number and the harness that you will have. You won't be using all of the harnesses. You only have 2 in here, and I'll show that when we go over to the bench, but might as well just open it up right now. All right, just to show these and make sure they connect. But yeah, I never had one of these kind before. As far as the way this snaps in behind, it usually goes in over here, and I'm not going to connect these just yet. Just going to test the slide in piece, make sure everything slides good. Yep, and that fits. And this one's going to go for your rear speakers. Looks like this one. Yep. So all these are your rear speaker wires here. And flip this around, make sure it mates. Yep, and it's gonna mate. All right, so it doesn't have a antenna adapter. It should fit in no problem with the new one. So yeah, let's go ahead and get it in. Meet you at the bench. All right, so we over at the bench, and this is the specific stereo they chose to go with. All right, multimedia touchscreen. All right, so that's what the one they went with. It also came with a backup camera in case you wanted to install that. In this case today, we're not. So we're gonna put this back in the box here in a bit, and we're gonna get started with the process. Okay, so the screws that came with the specific mounting kit are not going to work. You're going to have to use your factory screws to go back in. So you're going to match those up with the sizes they go to. And let's get this set. That should do it about right there. I'll show you which level I went with as far as lining this up. Let's get some of these out of the factory. And this specific one is a shallow mount stereo, so you're not gonna have to worry about having a lot of space behind it or anything like that. And well, let's pick that up. The knob comes off on this specific stereo, so let's see if I can get this to line up a little better. And I'm gonna have to change holes. Looks like I'm gonna have to slide down or up one. Looks like up or down one. I think it's just a weird setup. And it is. So let's just try to mount it together so I can show you guys. I'm not going to do the wiring on camera, but I am going to do a bench test to make sure it's working correctly. And it looks like I might have to Dremel this out a little bit just to get the screw to go in. Let's see. Yep. So this is what the issue is here. Having a little issue right here, so I'm gonna Dremel that out real quick a little bit to try to get this to go in to mount that, just because of where this is, and I want it to sit flush inside the stereo area. So yep, gonna Dremel this out a little bit, and let's see if I can slide it to a different hole. Nope, that's not gonna work either. All right, be right back. I figured I'd get some on the camera though, the Dremeling. So this part right here is where my issue is, so I'm just gonna touch on it a little bit. Just enough to get it in there. All right, so that should be enough for the other side. So I'm gonna go ahead and screw these in now. This one should be okay, and it is. But yeah, sometimes you gotta do some customizing. And we got one set. Let's get the other one so we can flip it over. He's trying to move on me. Don't want you to. All right, got that one set. Let's flip it over as much as we can. There we go. You get a couple more of these out. I'm gonna flip it so those will stay in. And just take one of each side. And leave the other ones in the mount for the factory. And let's get it started. Got one here. If I can get it to start. It's kind of hard holding the stereo a little bit the way it is, but got it. Yeah, we got it. So let's go ahead and proceed a little further and just keep doing our job. Here we go. The one that we did the Dremel on looks good. Let's get it set. All right, let's line this up. Looks about right. And it is. Let's back this up just a tinch. Get this one back to go. There we go. And it's back and forth so it don't move on me. Usually they don't move, but this one's trying to slide a little bit. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, so we got that all together. Now these aren't gonna fit like I was saying before. So we're gonna move all this stuff out the way and let's do a bench test real quick. Make sure this thing is cooperating and working. I always test radios, especially if I don't know the brand of the radio. All right, let's make sure we get power and we'll worry about sound when we get inside the vehicle. All right, so all these guys are gonna go with all these guys. These are all your rear speakers, okay? Your front and your rear speakers. On this one, you just have your rear, which I do believe this is gonna have to be split, and it is. So you're gonna have your fronts and your rear. So these right here on this specific one that goes to the radio, front, rear, okay? Left and right side. All right, so let's do our bench test. We're just gonna need our positive, which should be our yellow, our battery wire, and this is our accessory wire, and we're gonna need our ground wire to do a bench test. So we got those to the side, the ones that we need. All right, let's get these open. So we're going to twist these two together, our accessory wire and our power wire, just so we can do a bench test. And where's my gator clips? Let's do positive. If I can get them to stay together, I should have made them a little longer, but all good. Let's do a quick test. And other clip for our negative, and I'm gonna use my 12 volt, my M12 batteries pack there. Right, so you want those out the way from each other, and let's see which one this is. And they only go in one way, so this would be the bottom. Yep. All right. Set that there for a moment. Make sure everything's still clipped in and attached. All right, let's do a test. There we go, my ground and my power wire. Make sure those are touching a little better. All right, so now we have power, a little bit of power. Clips are a little better. There we go. So now that we have the radio on, we know that it is functioning correctly. So we're gonna go back over to the vehicle after I do my wiring. So I'm just gonna explain a little bit. So I'm just gonna do wire for wire pretty much on your harness. Okay, so all these here, your red, yellow, and your black, which would be a ground over here on this specific one. And let's see if there's a ground on this one. And if not, you're gonna have to make a ground on the chassis of the vehicle. So we might be making a ground wire, because I do not see a ground on this anywhere. Yep, so we're gonna be making our own ground. Didn't know we were gonna be doing that, but it is what it is. So let me go ahead and proceed to wiring this up, and we're gonna ground inside. I'm gonna make my own ground wire and stuff. So be back in a second, show you how to do that. All right, so we back inside the vehicle. Have my connector all nice and hooked up. We don't have a amplifier, so we don't need this one. I had to make me a standalone ground over in here, so I had to find me a screw and a bolt. I'll show you that here in a second. Well, don't have to show you, but what I did was kind of hard to set my camera up in here, so let's get it out and try it at least. All right, so had to make me a ground. So my ground is over here. Just use a screw and a bolt on the side. You can use whatever one you decide to, or you can actually run a ground from the battery or from another spot in the vehicle. But yeah, that's what I decided to do there. Get my camera set back up. All right, that wasn't too bad. Okay, so we're back in here, got my ground, and let's make sure the unit is working correctly. And this thing keeps losing the knob. All right, well, we'll find this knob in a second because it keeps coming off. All right. Yeah, not my choice of radio. Stereo. Well, let me find the knob first. I'll be back. All right, so I found the knob. I'm just gonna leave it to the side for now. I don't need it to test this, so that don't keep coming off. All right, I'll explain that to them as well. All right, so let's get these guys connected. They only go in one way. One goes at the top, one goes at the bottom. And let's see what we get. And we have nothing. Oh, there we go. So my ground worked out. Glad it did. And let's see if we have sound. Oh, plug in our antenna first. No sound without an antenna. All right, now we need the knob. Yeah, always do a check, a sound check after an install. So we have sound. All right, so let's go ahead and cut this down so we don't get no copyrights or anything. Let's go ahead and go back in and put the stereo in now. Yeah, we should be good to go. So let's go ahead and start pushing stuff back in, wires that we don't need, and let's tilt him up and work it in. Might have to go sideways at the bottom a little bit. Let's see. Wasn't trying to touch anything, but it did. There we go. All right, so it's gonna sit in there like that. So let me get a couple of these screws in to secure it. Let's go top first. Go back to accessory mode. That's the only reason I don't like accessory mode. So let's just go back to the on position so we don't hear all the beeping. And let's just work our way around. The ground, we're just gonna push it in the back. We did not connect anything from behind as far as the heat controls. So we're just gonna tuck this back out the way as well. There we go. Everything's back out the way now. And you don't want to over tighten these because this is plastic that's holding this. It will crack, so just tighten a little bit. There we go. And I'm gonna tighten this one in a little more. Just a little bit. There we go. Let's go over here to the next one. Top left, top right. All right. Let's turn this off for a minute. There we go. Now we need one more screw. Right here. All right, now after we do this, we can put our piece back on, but I'm gonna have to sit this back up in here as far as the vents. These came out. They go just like this. Just sit there. Yeah, somebody broke the sides off or something. So let me get it to sit a little better. There we go. All right, so now I'm gonna slide this dash piece back on. I had to put some tape and stuff on this thing best I could to try to help them keep their dash piece together. Told them they need to replace it. So you got these sleeves at the top. You're gonna have to slide up in there. Just wanted to show the radio was working correctly. Sleeves in there. Right, this dash is pretty ugly. Let's try to work these. So I know hopefully yours doesn't look like this. This would have been my first priority, fixing this thing, the new dash piece, before the radio. There we go. Let's see if that helps. All right, let's try it again. Yeah, this really sucks. And it doesn't like this radio bezel. So that is the process on installing this guy. This specific model doesn't like the radio bezel either. And yeah, so this is how you install it. I'm gonna have to figure out what they want to do, if they want to keep this system or if they want to go with a different brand radio. But this is where we're at right now. I'm gonna try to do something, see if I have to, or if they want me to do some modification over here. But this knob right here is hitting up against the bezel here, so yeah, I might be doing some customization real quick just to see. But it is sitting here like it's supposed to, as far as on the dash and around here and everything. But yeah, this piece right here is the issue. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully this helps you out on pulling out yours and installing a radio. Yeah, hit the thumbs up if this helps you. I know there's other videos, but I didn't see too many full videos for doing this process. But yeah, I figured I'd do a full video. So hit the thumbs up, like and subscribe, and to the next video. I'm out.